So we're out to go do some pickups from an auction. I believe it was video games. I'm just kidding. I'm pretty sure it was video games. But it's about a 39-minute drive. So we have to make sure that we're productive, right? So our operation and our schedule accounts for things like travel, gasoline, because all of that counts against your business if you really think about it. Anytime you're not making money, you're either standing still at a minimum, if not losing money, right? So we'll probably make some stops, some thrift stores, maybe an estate sale if we have one along the way. Hopefully find some good stuff, make it worth our time to do all this travel.
So we're at our first stop of the day, and here's one of our first pickups. Got an Xbox One, some of these retro mini consoles. Those usually we just send to auction. We gotta clean that bad boy. So everything was ready to go. Yikes. From there we went over to our first estate sale, which didn't seem too promising at first. We checked all this media out, and what we ended up going for were these 3 plushies that I came across. This one's anywhere from $20 to $30 something. This pink Cupid is also $15 to $25, and this one that's a camera is also in the 30s. Then in their garage I spotted this gigantic TV. I had just sold one a few days ago and said no more for the time being, but it ended up going with me. From there I moved on to the next estate sale, which wasn't really my thing as far as the types of inventory that I like to carry, but you never know. I thought this was really interesting, so I took some video of that, and they had several other very interesting dolls that I wouldn't be sleeping if I was a child and I had those decorating my room. I spent a few more minutes in the house, made sure to check every room. I didn't find anything here, so I decided it was time to move on to the next stop. And I happened to be really close to this really awesome video game store, so I stopped by, had a look. Then across the parking lot is one of the coolest stores in all of the area. They have everything that a nerd and a geek such as myself could ever want. Every kind of anime product, manga, plushies, comic books, toys, collectibles, posters, you name it. It's awesome. They even have a large area for people to play board games and card games. Not gonna lie, it's like my dream store to own. Here I'm looking at some Zelda mugs, but I actually already have all of these, so there was nothing for me to pick up as far as that goes. Then we stopped over by the manga section, and you can see all of the JoJo's next to each other and how beautiful it looks. We actually have all of those at home, and look at their selection. It's just enormous. Here we're looking at 7 Deadly Sins, the entire run of the series. This is another really good manga and anime, so give it a read if you've never done so. From here we move on to this corner of the building where they have nothing but Zelda books, and if you didn't know, I'm a huge Zelda fan and collector, so I love staring at this stuff, and boy did I have a hard time choosing something to take home with me. These all fetch a nice price. If you ever find these in the wild, absolutely pick them up. I have most of these books already, except for these ones you see at the bottom. And the reason for that is that I'm one of those very picky collectors. It has to be in absolute perfect condition. But if you look around, you can see how big of a store and how huge of a selection of items they have. Like I said, this is the kind of store that I would love to just own. When that break was over, I ended up stopping by a Goodwill and came across a bunch of good t-shirts to resell. They were all like this one from 15 all the way to 40 bucks, which made the trip more profitable.